Hello again, a very warm welcome to you all. My name is Deni Kay and I'm here today with a bottle of the Macallan Edition No.6, which is the final release in the series. It all began with Macallan Edition No.1, so many years ago. That was released at 48% ABV and obviously a different colour label and box to this one, a brown, bronze, gold type of colour. So what we've become accustomed to find is that with each annual release, the label color and box color changes the ABV. That decimal point increases in correlation to the actual release number. So edition number 6, 48.6% ABV. A lot of information given to us on the label and also the box. So what we've become accustomed to find is that there's either a partnership or some sort of a theme with each release. So this particular one, Hardy Fly Fishing, details on that as well. Spoiled for information on the actual box as well. On the front, you'll find a makeup of cask type. On the rear, similar sort of information, whether it be first fill or second fill, whether it be American oak, whether it be European oak, a breakdown of the percentage, 74% of this, 26% of that, for example. Well, the only thing really that isn't on the label is any detail around either the colouring, the filtration, anything along those lines, which we'd probably become accustomed to find on most single malts in this day and age. But anyway, you take that for what it is. Now, I've had it before. I've not really sat down to break it down and think about what it's really giving me in that sense. It's probably more of a pour to try, a sipper type of thing, and then revisit when you revisit. Now, it's been given about 20 minutes in the glass, and the nose is really, really lovely. It is not a sherry bomb. There's still some intensity to the nose. There's some lovely dried fruits that are coming through. Raisins, dried plums, so prunes in other words, alcohol-soaked raisins, some dried orange segments, a mixture of something between an orange syrup and an orange liqueur, and then some immediate chocolate. So that chocolate is cooking chocolate, milk chocolate, and also some cocoa powder. You could even say those Terry's Choc Orange. Some nuts, Brazil nuts, almonds, and some wood varnish. Now, I mentioned not a sherry bomb. I still mention some intensity on the nose. A completely different type of intensity there, which is pepper, which is spice, black pepper, white pepper, ginger powder, clove, some radish, nutmeg, cinnamon, and then the finish is a short to medium type of finish. I'd almost lean to the length being a shorter type of length. It is clove and pepper. Maybe a little bit of orange there, but clove and pepper on the finish. It needs water. It's 48.6%, not necessarily because of the actual ABV, but more so because of the spice. If you love spice, then maybe not. For me, 4 teaspoons of water. Give it a little bit of time there, just a moment to kind of settle. What I will say is, so obviously the release 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, the other release that is probably going to be a lot harder to find is a Taiwanese release. My understanding is 1,500 bottles only in a wooden box. Now, the actual bottle found in that release and the bottle in your normal edition 1 cardboard box, much the same. 700 ml, obviously there are 750 ml for the Taiwanese release. Otherwise, the rest are quite simply your 700, 750 all the way through. Anyway, I've given this some time in the glass and the nose is still very, very lovely. The thing that I'm getting now, the nuts there, I mentioned Brazil nuts, maybe a little bit of hazelnut, almond, and chestnuts as well. Absolutely. Cookie dough. Very interesting. Cookie dough. Followed up with the spice. The spice is absolutely huge. I think the more water that you add to this, it certainly improves. So there's some cookie dough and also some of that orange syrup liqueur that I mentioned on the nose earlier. But that is followed up immediately by that spice, by that pepper. A lot of black pepper, a lot of clove. For me, it is detrimental only because I'm not somebody who loves massive spice and sort of pepper bombs. If you like whiskey that is a very spicy whiskey or leans towards that peppery style, then you'd probably really enjoy this. For me, I could do without it. If I was to rate this on the nose alone, it'd actually be a relatively high score. Overall, it's a 6 out of 10 for me. What I will do is, part of me feels bad giving it that score because the nose is so promising. The nose is absolutely exceptional. For me, it's a personal thing. The pepper takes away from it. I will I'll go through and I'll review an edition number 2 because edition number 2 for me is my favorites out of the whole lineup. So I will do that. My next review will be in edition number 2. I prefer it to the edition number 1, which is probably my second favorite. And then from there, you probably go from the 4 and work your way through till you get to the 6. The 3 and 6 might sort of battle for that last point. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for now. So once again, thank you very much. Cheers to you. Till next time.